Hey, yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome back to another strum on the old YouTube. It's been a couple days. It's good to be back. This is stream number 5, I believe, on YouTube. Great stuff. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. We will get started in just a second. Look at all these people showing up. The faithful Revlings. You'll love to see it. Let me switch over so you can see my face. There we go. Hello. Hello, Glasses Boy. What's good? That's me. Glasses Boy. And if you see the super chat goal, speaking of glasses, totally natural transition. The super chat goal today is wearing cool guy glasses that will enhance my intelligence, my swagger, and just all around aura. That's right. So keep that in mind. Very important. Say the thing. I don't really feel like saying the thing. Excuse me? Is he gonna say it? See, now I spoiled you guys. You expect me to say the thing. Yo, your mom's Oshi with a $2 saying, Rev streams? I do, and welcome back as always with your near perfect attendance asking that question. Thank you. Welcome back. Say the line, Rev. Say the line. Say it. Yeah, we got lots of VTuber related stuff to talk about today. Hey, yo, Ferrith with the $5 saying the cool guy must be unlocked. He might even say, do I say the thing? Do I say the thing? I was giving it all away for free. I was saying it all for free, ladies and gentlemen. Now there's just an expectation that I see the D word. Say it backwards? Used? Never even thought of it that way. Okay. There you go. Welcome to Rev News. That's right. This is Rev News, the Rev News channel, RNC. That's right. Only if you're cool enough in the glasses. Okay. We'll get there. We're 1 out of 15 super chats. That's, I don't even want to do the math. Used? Wait, guys, hold on a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. The whole name backwards is Ver says used. True. Big facts. Say in a different language. It is a different language. Use new meme unlocked. I hope not. Goodness. What the heck, Rev stream on YouTube? That's right, welcome in. Yeah, we just started on the 1st of this month. Absolutely. We forgot we're all a little delayed. Yeah, it's delayed by a little bit on YouTube. It's fine. No biggie. Make Straub say it? Straub's not here right now, actually. She's doing some shopping. She's hanging out. Rev says subscribe. I like that one. Used plushies in the future. That is grim. That is a grim thing to say. Why is Scarlet there? Because, well, you'll find out. Actually has to do with a Parrot 4chan video that we'll watch a little bit of. There's lots of VTuber stuff today to talk about, for sure. Lots of stuff. Yo, Yona with the $5 donation, the $5 super chat saying, I'm only here since I read in chat that there would be Bionicles. You know what, guys? Maybe just for you. Maybe just for you. I'll bring some Bionicles one day. Bring some Bionicles, maybe some Legos. We'll have a very fun time. Rev, I've been stressed out from what happened with Celeste. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it all works out. I obviously made my video about it today. That's probably not too surprising. It's scheduled for a little later, but the only good news is it's been only a week for the suspension, but yeah, it's a load of BS, as everyone's aware, but we'll talk about it. See if we can help move the meter a little bit. Yo, and welcome to a new member, a new Revling, Crimson Born. Welcome in, welcome in. We love our new members. Yes, like the stream, pound that like button. But on an odd number of times, so it ends up being liked in the end. Very important. Celeste was literally just live. I think, yeah, actually, you're definitely right, because I have her profile pulled up here. It was live just a second ago. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. Where's the thing? There's the thing. Yo, Hidden Chain with the $2 donation saying It's a Gundam live stream collab when. I mean, I gotta take it easy. I like It's a Gundam, but I already am like going way out of my normal zone. Just even doing side scrollers. You know, once every 2 weeks. Like, that's already a huge thing for me. Like, I never did any collabs, so I'm warming up to other stuff as well. A good question. Also, Rian Otonashi. Let's get it right. Let's get it right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh, everything's flying in, ladies and gentlemen. It's flying in right now. Rin with the $5 saying, where are your glasses? You look bald. No, the glasses are on. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. You're crazy, chat. Actually, you know, I thought of making that a goal one day, but like, do people want to see me without the glasses? Is that even real? Who would even do that? Who would even want that? Yo, Crazy Pun Man with the 5 as well, saying, last Christmas a guy asked Santa for more RAM. When the guy looked to the Christmas tree on the 25th, he said, why does my RAM have legs? Boom-ch. Beautiful. Crazy Pun Man does it again. Thank you for the 5. And also, what an absolute Giga Chad move. And also, base profile picture. Thank you, supporter Yuno, with the 5 gifted memberships, ladies and gentlemen. You absolutely love to see it. Thank you very much for the 5 gifted memberships. And congrats, the ultimate Giga Chad move right there. Thank you very much. And also, Quad Manny with the $10 donation, 10 smackaroos, 10 bones, if you will. Saying, hello, Rev, opinion on spaghetti. Peak. Spaghetti with meat sauce is peak. I could have spaghetti all the time. Spaghetts. Spaghetti, no? With sweet and sour. How dare you guys bully me like that? Absolutely unreal. Literally so offensive. My chat just like complete muted. Yeah, okay, buddy. You think I was born yesterday? Impossible. Impossible. I only fall for that stuff like 50% of the time. You got me on the wrong end of the coin there. He's nervous. Mom, spaghetti. Yo, we got the 250 euros from Leaky Sang. What about Gunpla? We need Gunpla. Pictures work. Yeah, that, you know, add it to the nostalgia stream for sure. Bionicles, Legos, Gunpla. Yeah, sure. Add it all. His knees are weak. Mom's spaghetti. He's nervous already. Mom's spaghetti. And then we got a new Revling. Welcome in. ZOMG, it's Gabe. That's right, welcome in another Reveling, and also 2 more from Your Mom's Oshi saying YouTube audience needs to be educated on eggs. That they don't know the egg lore. It didn't really transfer over from Twitch culture here. Absolutely insane. Rev ate chicken nuggies yesterday. Did I? No, I didn't. Which is rare. You would have been right most days. I didn't yesterday. Yo, Paul Ben with the $2 as well, saying I'm proud of my Oshi for destroying Hasan collab. Yeah. Even though I talked about that, and base profile picture, by the way. I did talk about that in yesterday's video, or one of yesterday's videos, but we're going to talk about it again, because it's so funny. I don't want anyone to miss it. I want anyone to miss that scenario, because it's chef's kiss. It's great stuff. But thank you guys for the donos. We'll get started here in just a second. And the gifted memberships and the self-paid memberships. And also, another super chat from Intimidator with the 5 saying, speaking of Legos, I've done 2 sets on stream before. By the way, do you know why a vampire shouldn't take up gambling? Because of the potential high stakes. You love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, I was going to say, did she? No, I know for a fact she did. Straw build some Legos on stream once. That was really cool. Is that like a, oh, chat. Wouldn't that be a great, like, members-only stream? Building Legos? Ooh, I like that. That's actually sounding pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. Maybe in the future, like down the road a little bit, but it's an idea. Okay? Yo, Dolarky with the $5 as well, saying you and Straw would actually fit in well on Nerdrotics Friday Night Tights. Yeah, I mean, I'll go anywhere, especially if I got my wife with me. I'll try out anything. We're a team. And you know what? I know I'm a bit of a weirdo. I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. But, yeah, I don't really ever see myself having much of an issue, like, going anywhere. But, again, I'm getting used to going on other streams and stuff, so who knows what the future holds. Come on, please do it with the $10. Saying, come on, please just say it. Wow. I feel like this was not a coincidence. Okay, buddy. Because there was 10 smackaroos in there. People, you don't even have to say what you're looking for. Some people haven't heard it yet. They didn't see the other streams, okay? Chat, bring it in. Bring it in close. Desu. There you go. That's the kind of stuff you only get in this stream. And also in one YouTube video, because I was doing a more Pegasus bit. And I had to do it. I had no choice. I had no choice, ladies and gentlemen. Literally no choice. Love Radiohead's music. Do you like my rendition? I thought it was really good. He said it! He said the thing! But yeah, guys, thank you guys for the super chats. We're 8 out of 15 already on the super chat goal for the day. You love to see it. Let me switch over. We can start talking about some stuff. I think I've delayed and denied long enough. And I'm actually feeling great because I've had a headache all day and I decided finally to take some medicine. You know, be a little Tylenol American for once. I don't like taking medicine if I don't have to, but my headache's already pretty much gone in like 10 minutes. You'll love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. You'll love to see it. Is it so hard to say desu and move on? Yes, actually. It's very hard. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. We got some stuff to cover today. I believe 5 different things involving VTubers today. And they're very different. Some frustrating. Some satisfying. Some confusing. But at the end of the day, it's just more content to cover. The Celestium incident, that is what we're going to start with today. Also, it has the most tabs of all of my my things to cover today, and you guys know I like to clear out tabs, so this will be a very satisfying one. There's like 20 here, just for this. Yeah, any other Tylenol Americans around here? Any Tylenol Americans? Yeah. Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. But let's get into it, okay? Let's start off with the Celestium situation. So, in case you guys don't know, this is Celestium, a VTuber, who's an outspoken Christian, and I mention that because it is relevant for what I believe is one of the reasons she's been targeted and harassed and banned and removed from opportunities in the past and in the current situation. So she is someone that recently was banned on Twitch. Now, I believe they've changed what happens when you're banned, so as long as it's not a permanent ban, I guess, you get this message, like your page isn't gone anymore. Am I getting that right? Is that a recent thing? Because I was kind of surprised. Now they just say this channel's offline because they can't stream it due to violation of Twitch community guidelines. So I guess that's a new thing. You can still see the page, which is good. Sure. Now you ask, banned for what? Well, on appeal, she's been rejected by a totally real human being. Not just for violating guidelines, but specifically for hateful conduct. Hateful conduct. Now, of course, this is the full context, by the way. There is no reason given at all. No specific reasoning, no timestamps, nothing. And I think anyone who's ever gotten banned for even a week, you should have a concrete reason. They should point to a specific part of your stream with a timestamp saying, this is where you went wrong. Because how do you learn from anything? How do you learn from an experience where you're being hit with hateful conduct for a stream that might be 2 or 3 hours long, and you don't even know what part? So how are you going to prevent it from happening again when you don't even know what you did wrong? That is crazy, ladies and gentlemen. But this isn't the first time we've talked about Celestium. For those who've been paying attention to the main channel, not that long ago, I made this video, it was like 3 weeks ago, where there was a situation involving the company Makeship, who you guys might know if you know your Rev lore. She actually completed a Makeship startup campaign, so she was able to get 200 supporters to launch her campaign. But after achieving that goal of 200 supporters, they said, before we make it live, we're axing you. You're out of here. And the reason, very vague. And the reason she was given was violation of community/creator guidelines based on unspecified tweets. Interesting. I would guarantee, and this is my opinion, okay, I'm not speaking for anyone else, but this is my guess. The unspecified tweets are unspecified because they probably have some religious connotation to them. And if they're banning someone's partnership or removing it because of a religious belief or a tweet reflecting that, that would look really bad. So instead they say unspecified tweets, which is kind of vague. And again, if you know this company, you know the lore. I mean, me and Straub got kicked from the same company because I was making content on the edgier side. And that was after a combined 7 successful campaigns with the company over the course of 2 years. Now, of course, they initially kicked Straub for being married to me. Yes, the high crime of guilt by marriage. Eventually, they would allow her back after public backlash, but of course, she was not staying with the company after that. I mean, duh. They just kicked her husband. But now we fast forward to the current situation. So she got screwed over by Makeship a few weeks ago, and now she's getting screwed over by Twitch. under circumstances that I believe are very suspect. Now, she uploaded a video saying Twitch canceled me. It's 17 minutes long, but let's just listen together to a small portion of that just to get like the initial context as to how this might have happened and why this is so confusing. Of course, it reloads the whole thing, but let me find like a decent spot. Let's just jump into it.
You repent. Hope that whatever is possessing your mind right now, you let go of. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to like me, and that's fine. I don't care. I'm not a stranger to being disliked by people, or being betrayed by people, or being thrown under the bus by people. But know that I don't hate you, even if you hate me. But if you're here, you probably know that today I got a 7-day suspension from Twitch for hateful conduct, and that's all I know. Today,
so take a quick look at this.
7-day suspension from Twitch for hateful conduct.
Promoting, encouraging, or facilitating the discrimination or denigration of a group of people based on their protected characteristics. Posting a combination of words and emotes in chat to promote denigration based on race. Praising or supporting a hate crime. Advocating for the exclusion of a group of people based on their disability. It's a pretty serious thing and also very specific. So yeah, I would hope you'd provide an example for this, but that's not what we're getting, unfortunately.
Conduct, and that's all I know. Today while I was at work, right before I had another client call, went to go check on my Twitch, because, I usually check every day to see what's going on, and if there's anything I can do better as a streamer. There's a lot behind the scenes that goes in my mind, and I found out today that I got suspended. I checked my email, and it looks like I also got an email too. They did not link the VOD. They did not quote anything. They just said, you're suspended for 7 days because of hateful conduct. Eventually, I came through once the initial shock was over, and I checked my VODs because I'm like, well, I don't know what I said. I've said, different things before. And
also, as someone who's seen her content, I cannot imagine a scenario where Celestium would say something that would warrant a ban whatsoever. And we're going to see, there's potential sources of malicious behavior here, but yeah, just trust me when I say this is very surprising, and she's never been banned on Twitch before from the sounds of it.
This is the first time in years of having my Twitch account that I get suspended. Even when my Roblox drama happened, I didn't get suspended from Twitch. And
also, if you don't know the Roblox drama that everyone shoves in her face and uses it as a reason to justify anything bad happening to her, they always say the Roblox drama involving Celestium. She was approached by people in Roblox, and they asked about Jesus Christ, and she gave them answers, and people didn't like the answers. Therefore, life ruination campaign, you're done, you're cooked for life. Anything bad happens to you, well, that's on you, buddy, because you talked to some kids in Roblox about Jesus Christ. Roblox. Of all the Roblox drama I've heard out there, that one seems to be by far the least problematic. But anyways.
And the VOD from last night's stream is gone. Gone without a trace. Now, thankfully I multi-stream, so it's not gone, and I also recorded it because it was just a just chatting stream, but that stream last night was gone from Twitch. No notification, no nothing, just gone. And I know I didn't delete it. I don't think any of my mods deleted it. I most certainly didn't touch any buttons. I haven't had an update from Twitch in hours. I haven't gotten any new notifications. Thankfully, it's only a 7-day ban and not a permanent suspension. But
yeah, that's the good thing. It's 7 days. It's not a perma ban, but the same rate. It's just like with YouTube, right? Like they actually did something that I asked for years. It was like the one YouTube W in a long time. Where normally you have the 3 strike system on YouTube, right? You get 3 community guideline violations, you're terminated, and they expire after 90 days. So if you get 1 and you're good for 90 days, nothing happens, that gets removed and you start over at 0. But they added a warning system. So actually every 90 days you can get a warning instead of a straight up first strike. And if you get a strike, well, you're suspended for a week. So you have a buffer room. But nobody wants to push the limits. You don't want to get to step 2. You don't even want to be on step 1. So when you get an unfair strike and then something happens, for real, or another unfair one, then you're in real trouble on YouTube. And same thing with Twitch, right? You don't want to have an initial week suspension because if it happens again, you're probably going to get banned for a month or perma. Like, you know, unless you're Hassan Piker, obviously. But yeah. The thing is, they deleted her VOD, didn't give her a timestamp, didn't give her a specific reason. But luckily, she was dual streaming. So she was able to have another version of this out there that she was able to review. Because, again, how are you supposed to learn from your mistakes if your mistakes have been wiped clean in terms of the VOD and you're not given any sort of specific reason or what you said that got you a ban in the first place? Makes no sense.
As someone who, you know, recently applied to be partner, this timing is not coincidental. While I can't pin it on a specific person, actually I can. Let me not lie. I can pin it on them because they were open about what they did. And I'm sure they're watching with an alt right now because they think that they're sly, they think they're slick. I'm watching you, you son of Satan. Anyway, I'm watching you. Don't think I don't know what you're saying about me.
Guys, I'm not going to lie. On my end, this is a little spooky. She said, I'm watching you, you son of Satan. And on my Streamlabs end, my view count is 666. This is getting a little spooky. Someone else noticed it too. What is going on? Ladies and gentlemen. Ay, Dios mío. We gotta regroup here, guys. Something's not right here. This is getting a little diabolical. Something satanic is in the air right now. Goodness gracious.
Hi, my back. I know what you're doing. And you are a mentally ill person. You are no believer. You are no Christian. You've given over to your vices. You have the chain on you. And it is tight. Now I'm praying for you. I'm still praying for you. But I know it's you. I genuinely don't understand what specific part of last night's stream could have triggered it. Twitch will maybe clarify. I did submit an appeal, but...
So, you saw a couple things there, right? There was a couple things she mentioned. Number one, that it is a week. And number two, that there is someone that may or may not be involved, but she believes is involved in this entire campaign. And you can see the AI summary of the situation from Twitter, X, whatever. Twitch upholds ban on Christian VTuber Celestium amid harassment campaigns. Twitch denied her appeal with a generic email confirming a guidelines violation but offering no details or evidence despite claims of stalker fueling mass false reports. And I think her claim about that is very reasonable. I think that is a reasonable thing to say. Of course, a lot of people are focusing on the fact that she's an open Christian. I think that has something to do with it. Also, the stalker in this situation has some very weird complexes involving Christianity. But yeah, as we continue here, this is the account she's referring to. It is now deactivated, suspended. I'm not sure. I think it's self-deactivated. This is the handle. And this person is very deranged, very unwell for a lot of reasons. Okay? This person right here did a screen recording that you can see is 35 minutes long, going through the absolute wasteland of this person's account. But let me give you just some examples of the behavior, and we'll get into even more disturbing stuff later on. But they start off with this right here saying, I swear to God, if Celestium attacks Ilara, a VTuber commentator, I will make sure Celestium doesn't see Jesus again. A not so vague threats against Celestium. And also to clarify too, Ilara would call this person out and basically denounce this unhinged individual, which good. Yeah, this guy, yeah, absolutely insane. I remember seeing this with like 0 likes and like 50 comments. This is just a screenshot before they deactivated. But they also said that they stand with Ilara, and that has to do with the whole Mia situation that we talked about the other day. And they say that they support cancel culture and even sometimes participate in it too. Celestium does not get to whistleblow at people for what we speak of and what we do, especially when it comes to her little incident on Roblox. Again, the little incident in Roblox was Celestium being approached by some kids asking about Jesus, and she gave answers, and people didn't like that, and they still blast her for that every chance they get. But yeah, let's see some other stuff. This is kind of the main post that got attention. This is a screenshot saying, "Heads up, folks. Mass reports Celestium for hateful conduct. Twitch already hit Maria Grace with a ban for a week. Let's see if Celestium gets the same thing. If Twitch bans Celestium, that will be the only thing I want to see before my stuff can go back on track." And you can see this was posted in late February. So they are directly calling for a mass report campaign against Celestium, and they're trying to get her banned for hateful conduct, which is exactly what happened. And also, to add another layer to this, they mentioned this Maria Grace individual who was successfully banned for a week. Now, Maria Grace is another VTuber and another outspoken Christian VTuber. No coincidence, by the way, guys. And in response to a related tweet, they say, well, it finally happened. I'm officially banned for a week on Twitch for talking about ICE. And they received that on February 25th, the same day this individual right here was celebrating the ban and now targeting Celestium. Absolutely no coincidence whatsoever. Now, of course, this was successful and Celestium was banned on Twitch a few days ago, and the suspension was in full force, and they're on other platforms, so, you have all the other links here you can check out. I believe she just got partnered on Kick too, I believe, so that's good. She's multi-streaming on those platforms, but, of course, people were coming to her defense after the initial announcement of the ban. Kirsha making a post with a screenshot we just saw saying, "Active calls for brigading are against Twitch TOS. At Twitch support, you should look into the suspension on Celestium. It would be nice to see something actually done when a streamer is targeted unfairly." And because of people's, Kirsha and the size of their account, this would get a lot of attention. I mean, she had nearly 100,000 views on this tweet alone, tagging Twitch support directly. This should be a very quick and easy situation to wrap up. But of course not. You would think this would be very easy to deal with. Vague ban for a reason listed by a stalker who is attempting to get her banned for that exact reason and is openly admitting to starting a false reporting campaign. It's so easy. This was clearly something malicious. But of course, people were taking advantage of the situation to also support the unfair treatment of Celestium. This totally sane individual, Kitten Paws, a VTuber, would use this as an opportunity to slam dunk on Celestium. Now, to give an idea of what we're dealing with here, this is their pinned comment. "I'll be honest here, my platforms are for people of color, LGBT+, and disabled people. That being said, if you don't fall under any of those categories, you can still enjoy my content, but I will not cater to cis, hetero, whites, or abled people for their comfort." Amazing. Amazing stuff, ladies and gentlemen. The crowd of empathy and acceptance, once again, doing their best to literally discriminate against everyone they find, I don't even know. Are these things problematic? Is it problematic to be heterosexual or whites or able-bodied? Now, they say you can enjoy the streams. Yeah, you can give them money. They'll accept your money and your support, but they won't cater to you, and they certainly won't like you. That's for sure. That's absolutely for sure. Oh, also, I saw... You guys are dealing with the background noise here. I forgot the music was paused. My bad. But yeah, that's not a good start. And it probably doesn't come as a surprise to you guys that they jumped in on the brigade against Celestium saying, keep reporting her, this is progress. Ah. How accepting. Of course, they got 5 likes on 6,000 views. That is absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. Okay, let me get to let's take a quick break. Actually, you know what? Let me finish up this individual. I got a couple donations to read. Okay, so they make this post, and this is in a long reply of many deleted tweets, by the way. This person right here, Gabriel, says, we'll be praying for you. Hope you're able to overcome all of that misled hatred in your heart. God bless you. And I'm like 90% sure this is Celestium's fiance. And this was the quote from the Kitten Paws individual saying, you and your bitch are supporting ICE, saying horrendous stuff about LGBT plus people, being misogynistic AF, but I'm the hateful one. Actually, you right. I do have a strong and intense hatred for those who advocate against the rights of marginalized groups, especially pick-me's. Well, first of all, you'll notice that all these accusations have no proof of anything, no screenshots, no justification whatsoever. And then they also end with the pick-me's. They're calling Celestium a pick-me. Now, of course, guys, she's been picked. This person is responding to Celestium's fiance by calling Celestium a pick-me. It's the same thing that happens to Straub all the time. Straub says something, people don't like it because it's getting support or whatever, and they say, oh, you're just being a pick-me. Again, she's been picked. She's my wife. I picked her as my wife. Absolutely insane. The jealousy is crazy. Pick-me has become just another watered-down term that means absolutely nothing. But of course, this person talking about hate against marginalized groups. Wow. Guess this makes it a very interesting interaction right here. So this is a screenshot, again, deleted, where Max, a black man here, says, yo, Celeste. And Kitten Paws responds by saying, oh, look, it's our favorite charcoal saltine cracker. Obviously a massive example of discrimination, bigotry, what have you. And people are pointing this out. So if a person of color disagrees with you, you get to call them slurs. And Kitten Paws responds by saying, are you expecting me to deny anything I've said? Because I did say that. However, all you've proved is that I don't have a tolerance for pick-me's. That's not racism, my dear. Wow. Interesting. Your Honor, my client was not being racist because they were responding to a pick-me. They were what I believe was a pick-me. Therefore, I can say anything I want. Absolutely insane, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before we switch back to Maria Grace here and talk about that, let me get to a couple of donations from the very based Red fans over here. Speed Force with the 2 saying, what's your favorite scripture in the Bible? I would say John 7:36. I would say that. At least at the moment. I think it changes here and there, but that's it for now, I would say. Thank you, Speed Force, for the 2. And then Malin, welcome back, with the 250 DOP saying, I pray for her genuinely. There are people with rotten souls. So we're dealing with people who are genuinely quite unhinged, for sure. And unfortunately, what's up, Maria Grace? Look at that. See, you must have heard your name being said. Welcome in. Yeah, we'll talk about some of your tweets in a second here. But let's go to Koyo with the 5 saying, yo, Rev, please say desu. Also, what's going on? So we're talking about the VTuber Celestium, who was banned on Twitch for a week. There's a lot of very let's just say, suspicious circumstances surrounding it. A lot of people don't like the reasoning. In fact, there's really no specific reasoning. That's kind of the issue, but we'll keep diving into it. I felt a disturbance and had to hop in. Yeah, your ears must have perked up when your name was said. An Ibuki enjoyer with the $20 donation saying, rate my profile picture. Ladies and gentlemen, that might be the first 10 out of 10 right there. Actually, that is a 10 out of 10. Thank you so much for the gigantic $20 donation. I appreciate that very much, dude. 20 big ones. Yeah, perfect call on the profile picture choice right here. I mean, how do you top that? Ladies and gentlemen. And also Classy Viking with the $5 as well, saying Rev doesn't need to rate my profile picture. I'm a Classy Viking in a suit. That's automatically a 10 out of 10. God bless the Desu and the Straub and the based chat. Wow. Based donation. That's right. Let him rate it. Can I even see? Is it too small? I don't care, man. I'm envisioning a Classy Viking in a suit, and that's pretty base to me. Bro hit the actually. Of course I did. Of course I did. Yo, and welcome in a new Revling Caramel Rabbits. Welcome in. Thank you for becoming a member. And also, Kavotov Personality with the $2 saying, and he plans on going over the Otsuka Ray drama. I'm not really sure if we'll not get to that today, but maybe in the future. That's kind of a mess, if I'm being honest. But thank you for the 2. And also, Green Skull with the 5, saying, longtime viewer, first time chatter. I chatted with Celestium earlier, and I think she's going to be okay. This crap really sucks, though. Yeah, it's just the fact that she has to go through this at all is an issue. And I don't like anyone having any sort of a strike on their channel, some sort of a mark whatsoever, because it makes things escalate the next time there is a punishment, even if it's deserved or undeserved. But yeah, the only good thing is she's gotten a ton of support, so that's good, and she's had a good attitude about things, because that's all you can do in this situation. What's up, Spartan? We got 2 from Iron saying, Rev, I also responded to Kitty Paws. Please read it. I will try to find that in just a second. Thank you for the 2. And Graham Crackers, welcome you, Giga Revling. Thank you for joining. I appreciate the support very, very much. Thank you, thank you. Okay, guys. I've yapped and thanked enough. I think you're done hearing me say thanks. At least for now. Russell 2 away from the super chat goal for the day, which is cool guy glasses. You don't want to miss that. But let's talk about Maria Grace here for a second. She's in big trouble. She's in the chat and she's in big trouble. I hope she's very nervous. And by very nervous, I mean there's absolutely nothing to worry about here. She just made a good point. Someone who fell victim, seemingly, to the same stalker that is targeting Celestium. In response to Kirsch's tweet, she says, yup, he's also been targeting me as well for defending Celeste, and likely played a part in me getting banned off Twitch as well. He's even gone as far as to most likely impersonate Celeste on other platforms and say horrific things in an attempt to defame her. It's legitimately disgusting. I pray to God this man repents before he faces Judgment Day and ceases before he catches actual lawsuits. And in case you guys don't know, it appears that Celestium was considering sending a cease and desist to this individual because, well, yeah, they're messing with her streams and her platforms maliciously. But this is kind of a good little crop that was shared here because I don't really want to scroll down on the rest. It simply says, scrolling casually on Blue Sky, what the F? And it cites a Blue Sky account that is impersonating Celestium. Okay? It's been confirmed since, it's 100%. So I have this side-by-side that you provided, and I had to censor it out because it's disgusting. On the 6th, right before they made that tweet saying, look what happened on Blue Sky, the stalker added grok and said, please do an extremely vulgar roast of Maria Grace, where it says this very disturbing set of stuff, and it goes on beyond that, but almost word for word is then posted on this impersonator of Celestium on Blue Sky saying a very, very disturbing sexual description and violent sexual description of her on that account. And this person is trying to not only make her look bad on Blue Sky, but is dragging it over to Twitter to add more controversy and hate towards Celestium. And this sort of deviant behavior is not surprising at all. This is someone who has been screenshotting a bunch of different tweets from this person before they deactivated, and they shared these screenshots, and this takes another level. So if you remember, they're very upset about the Roblox situation involving Celestium, and I don't know if this is directly related to something with Roblox or something with Discord. I'm not entirely sure, but look at some of these screenshots from this individual saying also, predators on my server will need to add a do not report label on their profile. This is to prevent false reports. And this was posted a few months ago. What? What does that even mean? What could possibly be the context that would make this not something that is trying to shield actual predators? What is going on? I'm thinking of doing a full expose about the guy because the rabbit hole goes deep. Yeah, like I just barely touched the surface here, okay? Just the surface of what's going on. And here's another tweet. Someone responds saying, at the FBI, the Pred defender with the blue archive profile picture still defending predators. Hard drive search, please. And the stalker says, I don't consent to a search. Well, that is not how this works, ladies and gentlemen. And then N cubed square would respond saying, the FBI doesn't need consent if there's probable cause, and given how you keep defending predators, I'm pretty sure there's going to be probable cause. And then the stalker says, well, guess what? I don't have a probable cause either. Do me a favor, self-deport yourself. So they're telling someone to off themselves. And then they say they're also a law expert too. And it's cropped out here, but they can see also, I clean up my hard drives. I bought 4 hard drives recently, all double checked and cleaned. And then they say that they offer VPN software to predators to ensure privacy safety and enroll these predators in a witness protection program. You know, I said we're dealing with a very unwell individual. I don't know if this person is being serious or they're just deranged or it's like all of the above, but something is very, very off and very, very concerning. Okay? Very, very concerning. I don't even know. Again, these are screenshots. I don't know the context that would ever make any of this. I can't imagine context that would make this okay and not disturbing. This is a joke, right? No, this is not a joke. All this stuff is not a joke. Now, the same person would go on to Reddit and make a long post basically saying they were notified by someone I know that Celestium is planning to file a cease and desist order on me. Which, yeah, I hope they were considering that because this is crazy. And they said in reaction to this, they're going to be backing off of social media. And of course, they backed off for like an hour and they were already back on Twitter. And then eventually they would deactivate. But this whole thing is ridiculous. Celeste reported to the police and we helped give her evidence and documentations of everything that happened. That's great. That's absolutely great. This guy's in a Blue Archive fan? No, obviously not. No. It doesn't make anyone a fan because they have a profile picture or something like that. And no one cares what games this guy is playing. It's all about the actual, like, insane stuff that's being said online. But, yeah, I'm glad stuff was reported to the proper authorities. But like I said, despite deactivating, the damage is done. And I think it's very fair for anyone in this scenario to look at it and say, there's a good chance this person played a role in mass reporting Celestium to get them banned for a week. They said they were successful in doing it with Maria for a week for hateful content, and it happened the exact same way after they expressed their intentions to do so with Celestium. And of course, past 24 hours, Celestium has been trending. Now, welcome to the club of trending as a VTuber. It typically doesn't mean something too good. Although it did result in a lot of support, the basis of this was not obviously too great, where Twitch denied the appeal of Celestium, saying, "Your account was recently suspended for hateful conduct. A member of our team has reviewed your appeal, and after taking a look into the details of your case, we have determined that your account will remain suspended due to your violation of community guidelines." And of course, there is 0 timestamps, 0 evidence. There is nothing to learn from. There's nothing to learn from in this situation. There's no way to remedy your behavior. Nothing. Nothing at all. It's very, very, very frustrating to see this happen. And look at the attention too. 5,000 likes, 500,000 views on this tweet right here, which just shows how many people are talking about this. There's a lot of quotes talking about it from many different people. You can also see that she was on Side Scrollers, which I believe this is the second time in a row she was like slated to show up on Side Scrollers, and then something crazy happened, like whether it was the makeshift stuff or the Twitch ban. So if you want to see more, check out Side Scrollers. And if you guys don't know, I am a regular guest on Side Scrollers these days as well. Love the show over there. And we'll be back on next Tuesday, I believe. Yes, next Tuesday. But here's some more quotes. It's a Gundam saying, "Hasan told his audience a week ago to buy drones off a Chinese proxy site so they could bomb their political opponents." Yes, Hasan did tell people where to find drones to conduct more effective forms of terrorism and how much they would cost and how easy it is to get them, but he did not get banned. And Celestium got banned for hateful conduct without a single reason listed. Make it make sense? Well, that's Twitch for you. That is Twitch, unfortunately. Here's another one saying, "Only terrorism sympathizers, animal abusers, and groomers are allowed on twitch.com. Unfortunately, that seems to be the case. Another one from Smugglana saying, "Do you always give no explanation to the reason, or is this a special case of we don't care, go F yourself, that you provide to VTubers?" I think we know the answer to that. And then Legal Mindset saying, "Yet another example of unfair business practice by Twitch through selective enforcement, slamming Christian VTuber Celestium with a suspension with no explanation, likely because she expressed her genuinely held religious beliefs, while freely allowing promotion of violence and terrorism by their Maoist golden boy." It's crazy you can say Maoist golden boy, and you know exactly who we're talking about. Now, that is really the situation. Now, Celestium would talk about this for 17 minutes, really get into it, and also have a very positive approach to things, and even praying for her enemies in this situation, because what else can you do? These are very unwell individuals that are attacking her. It's a very unfortunate situation, but that is pretty much it for now. I hope everything works out. At the very least, there's been a ton of people that have come to her support once again, and hopefully there is a net positive in this situation. And I don't know if Legal Mindset will dive into this further. We'll wait and see, but that's where we're at for now. A lot of big names paying attention to this. The widespread support for Celestium warms my heart. Yeah, me too. Yeah, a lot of big content creators have talked about this and shown support. Everyone sees through this nonsense and the selective enforcements of these rules. But that's it for the Celestium situation. We'll roll over into some other VTuber related stuff in just a second. But first of all, first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, what do we have here? Final Wish. Stand up with the 20 gifted memberships. Ladies and gentlemen, holy based. Can we get a little something in the chat for Final Wish? 20 gifted memberships. W Gifter. 07s in the chat, all that sorts of stuff. Absolutely crazy. We love the gifters. Because honestly, it just gives people more access to stuff. And soon we're going to be doing our first members-only stream. I don't know what I'm going to do for it, but we have over 400 members already in our first month on YouTube. So that's pretty cool. That's a lot of people who can show up to a members-only stream. Very, very blessed over here. So you're giving people the opportunity to get not just some additional features, but also the chance to show up to members-only streams and get access like that. Very cool. And Gas Partizanato with a $2 donation saying, thank you for your donation. Well, thank you for your donation. Malin with another 100 DOP saying, police should investigate this person immediately. I mean, that is what people are doing. Absolutely. And Gas with the Reveling membership as well. Popping off, ladies and gentlemen. Popping off. Love to see new members. Say Kaze Wolf with the 10 Canadian bucks. Canadian bucks. Saying, as a baby VTuber myself, crap like this and BS cancel culture and the likes and the like makes me want to kind of give up. Not that I will, as I believe in don't effing quit, but it's hard. Oh my gosh, that's so funny you said that, because I just watched the movie War Machine. If you guys have seen it, I think it was on Netflix. Was it Netflix? And it's a movie about a guy trying to join the Army Rangers, and there's an alien attack during a training exercise. It's a whole thing. It's a pretty good movie. But he has DFQ tattooed on his forearm, which stands for Don't Effing Quit. And that is a good way to approach life. Don't effing quit. Gotta be resilient, especially if you want to be a VTuber or content creator. You're gonna deal with a lot of crap. You don't effing quit. You don't effing quit, ladies and gentlemen. And also, that is the 14th out of 15 super chats for today. We're one away from the cool guy glasses. One away. And also a new Revling. Rem for wife. Rem who? Who? Oh my goodness. No, very cute profile picture. Thank you for becoming a member of the channel. I appreciate that. And also another 2 from Gas Partizanato saying, I wonder if Inuzukure has a secret island. Yeah, there's a lot of questions to be asked, ladies and gentlemen. And then Caro with the $2 saying, what's up, Rev? Yo, what's good? Hello, hello. Thank you for the 2. And Casual Warrior wrapping things up. That's right. Based saying, here's $5, Rev. Enjoying the content. I appreciate that very, very much. And then, just to add the cherry on top, Dr. Magnanimous with the $20 donation. GigaChat saying, hey, Rev, love you and your wife's content. Keep being awesome and based. My brother in Christ, God bless. God bless you, and thank you for the 20. Thank you for your generosity. I appreciate that very, very much. And Koofy with the 5 as well, saying, cool glasses, activate. Okay, hold on. Let me put them on. Actually, hold on. This is going to get real awkward. Hold on. I need to, yeah, hold on. Blank screen. Blank screen. Yeah, get rid of those. Oh, jeez. Let's get this right, guys. I need to concentrate, chat. I need to click this perfectly, otherwise it's going to look really dumb. Oh, it looks so dumb. It looks so dumb. Oh, that's better? Question mark? Oh, yeah, okay, we're good. We're good. Guys, we're good. We got it. Oh, yeah. Cool guy glasses activated. Yeah, that's what we like to see, boys. That's what we like to see. Yo, and Caramel Rabbit with a 2 saying, do a backflip. Just did it. Just did it. Scuff stream, that's how we do it. Guys, do I look cool? Do I look cool? Yo, Kaze Wolf, welcome to the family. Welcome to the Giga Reveling Army. Are we an army? I guess so. Welcome in. I appreciate the membership. Yeah, pretty cool. I think it is pretty cool. Epsilon Sma saying one of my favorite quotes of the Bible is in Roman 12:19. Vengeance is mine, I will repay, says the Lord. Fits what's going on right now, God bless. That's right. Vengeance belongs to the Lord, ladies and gentlemen. Just gotta sit back and let him do his thing. That's right. We're in the danger zone, chat. That's right. Welcome to the danger zone. Yo, the Jinx cast with 3 Canadian bucks, saying desu. True. Very true. Well, thank you guys so much for hitting the super chat goal for today and all the memberships, the gifted memberships, and the donations. You guys are too kind to me. Too kind. But I got other things to talk about. I can't let you guys distract me all day and nights, okay? So we just dealt with a frustrating situation, okay? But let's look at something cool, okay? All right, one more. Oh, geez Louise, guys. You hate me being productive. Crimsonborn with the $5 saying, if what's happening to Grace and Celeste doesn't even show more proof of what Jesus said in Matthew 5 verse 10 through 12, I don't know what will. This world will hate you. That's all I can think of when I am looking at these situations. They will hate you for following Christ. That is the way it is. Say the line too, desu. There you go. I'm just giving it all out, ladies and gentlemen, but thank you for the 5. I appreciate it. Let me pull up the next thingamabob. Here it is. Now, this is a story I talked about in one of my videos yesterday. People really liked it. You know, I can always tell a video's a hit when the like to dislike ratio is a 99.7% on a video with over 100k views. That's like impossible, okay? In this economy. So you know the people were happy to see it. But I'm going to share with you on stream. If you missed the video, it doesn't matter. You got to see it now. And if you saw the video, it doesn't matter. You got to see it again. Okay? Anytime Hasan is catching an L, there's something very, very enjoyable about that. And he caught an L from a very unexpected source. Pippa. Pippa is responsible, I believe, almost entirely for destroying a potential collaboration that Hasan was supposed to have. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I sat here yesterday and made this meme because it felt so appropriate to see Pippa dog walking the dog zapper, Hassan Piker, just completely putting a block in his path, causing him a minor inconvenience in the most direct and hilarious way imaginable. And every day that I talk about Pippa and she hasn't blocked me yet is a blessing. Is a blessing. We don't want to annoy Pippa too much. Okay, but this is just too juicy a drama, okay? She absolutely obliterated this man, and there's no way she's very fond of Hasan. Someone shared this clip in response to my reply on a related tweet. Let's give this a quick listen.
The Hasan stuff has been pretty funny. I mean, I'm not gonna get all into that, but it's not a shock collar. It's a vibration collar that has the ability to shock. But I removed the prongs, so it can't be used as a shock collar. Well, yeah, it's a shock collar, but I removed the prongs. Well, no, it's not a shock collar at all. It only vibrates. Oh, the company came out and said that actually it is a shock collar. Well, it doesn't matter anyways because it wasn't on my dog.
Right.
Disregard the fact that I went on stream and I said that this is the collar that you guys saw on the stream. Whatever. Whatever. You'll get your just desserts, animal abuser.
That's right. You just gotta sit back and wait for him to get his just desserts, ladies and gentlemen. which really, really made Hasan mad. You can tell because of how quickly he said, "So I don't care." Yeah, that's when you know Hasan is mad, when he starts reminding you how much he doesn't care. That is a good sign. Now, of course, that's her comments regarding the Collargate situation, which is obviously still relevant because he wants it to be relevant. Oh, it's Straub, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone say hello to wife. Say hello to wife, everyone. Do you want dinner anytime soon? What are we gonna do for dinner? What's the plan for dinner? I'm actually very curious. Straub is outside the house doing outside the house things. Someone get Rev's attention. I'm with my family. I don't know if we could get dinner and bring it home. If you want, you could. Do you mean you guys get dinner and bring something home, or we get something? This is a very professional stream, by the way. Trying to coordinate dinner over a delayed chat. This is peak entertainment. This is what you signed up for, guys. Maybe something really spicy. Guys, you can ask Straub. I love hot sauce recently. I don't know what's going on. I just douse everything in hot sauce. And before you guys make jokes, yeah, it's better than sweet and sour, okay? Chill. Like, I can grab food for everyone and we eat it at home. Okay. Just surprise me. Get whatever you want. I'm going to stream probably until like a little after 7. So, plan accordingly, I guess. Sound like a plan? Sounds like a plan. I'm going to make you choose dinner for once. Okay, sounds good, baby. Yeah, I love you too. Okay, guys, let's get back to the content. Also, do you like my glasses? My glasses are pretty cool. I'm really neat. But, stream until when? I would say like 7:15. I'd like to be done by 7:15. Yes. Okay. So, here we have Hasan, who recently has been begging for collaborations. He wants to collab with many different political forces, right? They really want to bring in someone to the stream. Anyone who'll go up, including Gavin Newsom, who Hasan called Big Gavy Gav in an attempt to sway his decision. Now, one person that was locked in for an appearance on Hasan's stream in April was former CIA analyst turned whistleblower John Kiriakou. This is him right here. He's living a pretty interesting life right now. He's a whistleblower. He went to prison for it, and he's making the rounds on a lot of different platforms, and he's getting interviewed. People want to talk to the guy, right? And Hasan was supposed to have a collaboration with this guy until he didn't. This is the relevant clip right here, and we will watch it together. We watch in real time as Hasan realizes his collab with John is gone.
Of course, thanks for the $5. As I saw recently that John's going on Hassan Piker's stream. A lot of his rhetoric is anti-American. His community is also extremely toxic, especially to the left. Curious as to why you're associating with that. I'm not going on Hassan Piker.
Wait, what?
Hassan Piker reached out.
There is nothing funnier than the fact that he found out live, right in front of his entire stream, while being called un-American, and that his chat is toxic.
Okay. He said he is. I don't know why he's like now saying he's not.
And I said, no, thank you. I've got nothing scheduled with him.
Blaytech.
Wait, what?
Wait,
I don't
what?
understand. His team, or himself actually, literally said that they would do it in April. It's very surprising.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, it is what it is. It's the Zoran method. He's a fucking CIA agent, man. I don't care. I'll talk to anybody. I don't give a shit.
Ah, guys, he doesn't care. Do you hear? He's so calm, cool, and collected. He doesn't care. Oh, he doesn't care. As he rants for 3 minutes straight about it.
That is a strange response. I'll be honest. I don't know why he reacted that way. Leak the receipts. I'm not the one doing the communications. I'll look back at the talks, but probably trolling if I had to guess. I mean, it's fine. It is what it is. Who cares? Guys, you don't have to prove that $5 subscription immediately by being incredibly fucking annoying.
This is the best part, by the way. I didn't like focus on this in my video yesterday, but he goes on a rant where he's just trashing his own chat. And Straub would ask, like, what is this guy's problem? Like, why does he hate his own chat so much? Like, listen to this.
Okay? I'll be honest. Like, you guys are fucking toxic. You're literally toxic. Every single one of you is instantly proving the $5 donation from that hater. Let's be real. That is kind of the case. Sometimes I have to work against you. Like, you do get really fucking annoying at times. Like, this is one of those moments.
Amazing.
Yeah, also, he goes on Tucker Carlson in Russia Today. What do you mean I'm too fucking toxic? Like, the person that sent that donation is, like, talking to a guy who has a show on Russia Today. Like,
and he would rather go on Russia Today than go on the Hasanabi show. Let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. Let that sink in. But all he can do in response to this is scream at his chat. Brother, you made the sandwich. This is your community. You made your community, and now you're mad at them because they're acting the way you have catered to for years. You've allowed this to grow.
The community is a reflection of the creator. I know, except I do regularly try to do house cleaning, and it fucking doesn't work, you know? They gave a $5 donation to a guy who literally bravely was a whistleblower and went to fucking prison. So I don't know what the fuck they're on about. But yeah, don't be that way. You guys do need to be a little bit more fucking normal. I say it all the time. You're very abnormal.
Can you guys imagine me coming on and being like, you're not normal. You guys are not normal. Actually, I could say that. I could see myself saying that. But I'd be a lot more fun about it, okay? I'd be like this. I'd be like, you guys are not normal. You are not normal, chat. Actually, you're not normal. You're special. You're special, chat. Everyone, give yourself a big round of applause. You're very special to me. You're all special. Everyone is special in their own special way. That's the Rev community, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. We're getting chilies. Oh, goodness. Wait, I gotta play this clip. Let me think.
But at the end of the day, picking between having my community that I have comprised of well-intentioned individuals.
Okay, Straub. I can't stop thinking about, do they still have the triple dipper? Is that still a thing at Chili's? Chat, can you help? This is vitally important, okay? Yeah, someone already raised the triple dipper. Is my information correct? Chili's is fire, dude. Please, this is an urgent matter. Yes, they do. Okay, get me the mini burgers, and then mozzarella sticks, and then third one, boneless wings of some variety. Did you get that? Did you get that? Yes. We're eating good at the Chili's today, boys. You got to get the burger sliders at least, and the Moz stick. You see, people, the chicken tenders was my next choice, but I like the boneless wings better. They're called sliders. Okay, guys, yeah, they're called sliders. Okay, my bad. Okay, love you too. Yes, we got it, boys. Bag secured. Okay, let's. I gotta play another clip after this. Let's keep listening, okay? He's mad at his chat.
Who sometimes gets really fucking annoying to a degree that it really pisses me off too, versus having like a guy having his moment on TikTok on. Yeah, of course I pick my community over anything else. It's just, you guys do need to be fucking less annoying regardless of the situation, because you piss me off. And that's unacceptable.
Unbelievable. And all I can think of when I hear him whining about his community is this right here. This might be one of the greatest clips ever created. Okay.
I stand any of you dumb fucks in this chat. Oh my God, I hate the left. I hate liberalism. I hate everything that's going on every single day of the week. I hate my life. I hate streaming. I hate socialism. I hate every single person who thinks that the peak of activism is just being the most annoying, holier than thou, the most ultimately woke leftist. Is just, you did it. You have unlocked the nihilism within me, okay? I am black-pilled. Nothing will ever get better. We are never going to make it out. We can't even have a normal, non-hostile goddamn conversation on any of these issues. Everybody just simply wants to chirp into the wind because they have no power, and they recognize their utter powerlessness in the face of unjustifiable constructs that we fucking exist under. And the best possible fucking thing you can do is just be goddamn annoying, okay? Stand any...
Oh, I just love that clip so much. I love it. It just absolutely fuels my soul. No matter how bad things might get, it could be worse. You know, it could be worse. Unreal. But, yeah, as mentioned in the clip with John, I mean, he said he heard things about his stream and his community that they're un-American and that they're very annoying and toxic. Hasan, un-American? While he's soy-facing over a little red book? Wow. That guy? I don't believe it. Now, responding to that previous clip I just showed, I said, total Pippa victory, with clips like this being shared below, which I'll play this one.
Yeah.
Hi, Pippa.
Okay, can you hear it?
Beep, beep, beep,
Beep, beep, beep, beep, beep.
Or if you didn't get it, beep, 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 beep.
Amazing. Now, there is an actual origin for this, and this is where we get the Pippa connection. Okay? Pippa, in her downtime, decided to get a cameo with John. And she had some very specific instructions, and this is absolutely golden. This is golden. Now remember, Hasan lost his expected collab stream with this guy because of a warning given to him about Hasan and his community. Now listen to
I put on the John
this
Kiriakou
clip.
video.
Let's fast forward a little bit.
Things happening.
Right
Anyways,
here.
John Kiriakou, CIA whistleblower, really funny guy, really funny guy.
He's on Joe Rogan.
Okay, let's watch. Let's watch.
Hi, Pippa.
Okay, can you hear it?
Beep, 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 beep. Or if you didn't get it, beep, 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 beep. Or beep, 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 beep.
Yes, okay.
Hey, thanks for the heads up on HP.
Hasan Pippa.
I appreciate it. I needed it, and I will take care of it. So,
I asked him not to collab with Hassan Piker. He's going on Hassan's stream. I forget what exactly I wrote. Somebody can bring up the vibe, but I requested this while playing Overwatch, and there was only like 2 requests left, so I like very quickly wrote something, and I was like, by the way, please don't collab with Hasan.
time to even say something. Tell you the truth, the last 3 weeks I've been winging it. So, I'm very grateful for the helping hand. All right, all the best. Thanks for reaching out. Bye-bye.
Yay! Oh my god, peak.
That is peak. Absolute cinema. Unfathomably based, ladies and gentlemen. Pippa coming in with the warning to John, and John listened and literally canceled his collaboration with Hasan. And I think that was a 100% cause and effect. W Pippa. The Pink Rabbit did it again. Destroyed Hasan in real time. Direct connection. Beautiful stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely blessed timeline, to say the least, okay? Let me switch over. Let's read some donos, and we'll get into the next story for today with Cool Guy Glasses on. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see what we got here. Number one, $5 from Funky. €5. Saying Rev goes from cowboy hat to shades. Clint Eastwood's replacement is scaring Chuck Norris. I mean, imagine combining the two. Maybe next time. Ibuki with another 5 saying I love hot sauce on my eggs. Yes. You gotta have hot sauce on eggs. There's no other choice. You literally have to. It's inedible if you don't have hot sauce on your eggs. And then we got a membership gifted out from Marshall. Gifting out a sub. Gifting out a membership. Thank you very much for the gifted membership. W Gifter. We love to see it. Then let's see here. A gift received by Houseman. That was the gifted. And Ibuki with another 10 saying, I'm not normal. My girlfriend can confirm. You know what? Nobody in a world of normies, why would you ever want to be normal? That's a good thing, right? It's a good thing. Kaze with another 5 Canadian bucks saying, watch out. Palpatine Piker might put a collar on you and give you the lightning treatment for refusing to collab. I'm worried about John. Hopefully he is away from any collars or anything like that that could be used against him. Yeah, whistleblowing on the CIA, not nearly half as dangerous as crossing Hasan. Jason with a 5 saying, to the left, we are not normal. No. Anything that resembles well-adjusted behavior, no chance. Funky with another 2 saying, only chili I like is Vindaloo. Wow. Amazing stuff. Thank you for the €2. Now we got 5 Canadian bucks from Kleineroo saying, seeing Hasan crash out like this is the best example of I'm not even trying. Hold on. I'm not making a fool out of myself. Schadenfreude. Pleasure derived by someone from another person's misfortune. Yeah, I can get behind that, Kleineroo. I can get behind that for sure. Absolutely. Very relatable. And then Claw of the Fallen with 5 saying, big Brazilian hug to you and your wife. P.S. Lilith from Darkstalkers is best girl forever. Flat chest plus K plus fun. Besides, Morgan likes Peter Parker. Thank you very much for the 5. I appreciate that. And the kind words as well. And then Shades Dude. Through our names, we are brothers. That's right. Afternoon, brothers. Thank you very, very, very much for the 5. Yeah, I definitely got the pronunciation correct, guys. There's nothing else to say here. Okay, there's nothing else to say. All right. Now let's go back. Let's continue the drama. Got a couple more things to go through before I eat my chilis. I gotta eat my chilis. Because that sounds amazing. I'm not gonna lie. That's gonna slap. Now for those who haven't been around, we haven't talked about Nijisanji in quite some time. And honestly, is that really a good or a bad thing? I mean, what's going on with Niji these days? The Niji sisters are just being Niji sisters, and they're upset. They're upset about a recent video made by a certain green parrot. And I think it's pretty funny. This is a quick one. We're going to cover it very quickly. Not a ton to say. But basically, Nijisanji, in particular, the English branch, has been under some focus recently for some very funny dialogue. Let's just say that, okay? Involving the EN talent Scarlet Yanaguni, okay? So she is someone who's very well liked amongst many people, even people who are not Nijisanji fans. She is a very likable person. She's very dedicated. She is constantly streaming, okay? Despite all of the controversy that's going on with Nijisanji, she is someone who just keeps on trudging. She just keeps on making content and being likable. And I personally really like some of the reactions she's had to things. She was someone who was being canceled by a bunch of annoying spurgs on Twitter for having a stream where she was trying out Starbucks desserts in Japan. Because at the time, that was a part of the boycott list where people believed if you ate Starbucks, you were supporting Israel, therefore supporting a literal genocide. That was their logic, and they used that to harass her and unfortunately ruin what was supposed to be a very fun stream. But she stuck through it, and people rallied behind her, and she kept on trucking. And she was also one of the very few people to not engage in the BS involving Slentatsuki, now Dokibird. She was not involved with reposting any of the PR stuff from Nijisanji. She did not engage. So she's been really hanging in the background, staying out of the drama, staying out of the toxicity, and dealing with unfair stuff, but just continuing to make content. What else could you ask for? Now, we're going to be looking at a video from Parrot4chan here.
There is one woman.
And, well, it's about Nijisanji, but in particular, Scarlet. And he is going to beat a horse to death. I like this clip. But this video made people mad. We'll listen to a little bit of it, and then we'll get into the reaction, okay? Ladies and gentlemen.
Chinese app for lonely women who have been spending billions on virtual boyfriends. I am your guide, Parrot4chan, and this is me kicking a dead cow.
This is me making Hasan videos. There's another one. He's finished. He's cooked. It's over.
Everyone outside Nijisanji hates Nijisanji. Everyone in Nijisanji is miserable. Everyone in Nijisanji is trying to get out of Nijisanji. Except Scarlet. Scarlet is happy. She doesn't make the most money. Doesn't she literally make the most in Nijien at this point? More than Box? This is the October number.
This blew my mind. This blew my mind. She is on top of the supers for Nijisanji, and like her viewership is not as large as a lot of these creators in Nijisanji, but she is on top. Look at all those supers, 23,000 for the month. That's insane, guys. We gotta lock in, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta lock in if we're gonna keep up with Scarlet here, okay? But that's dang impressive. Okay, that's a pretty good start right there. Not gonna lie, that's a pretty good start, okay? Cause and effect, ladies and gentlemen. Cause and effect. Doc with the $50, the $50 donation right on cue, saying, finger slipped. Also, hello, how are you? I am doing fantastic. I'm having a great day. Thank you, Doc. 07's in the chat for Doc on that one. Absolutely crazy. Mad lad. Mad lad. And also, David with the 5 as well, saying, thanks for exposing what my kids and grandkids are seeing. Best wishes to you and your wife. God bless. I am glad to help out with that, to help bring awareness to some crap going on in the world. That is something I definitely appreciate doing. Yo, what are we doing? What are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? I have a stream to do! We can't be distracted like this. You guys understand when you gift that many memberships, it totally just blows up my notifications. I can't even scroll to click on it. It just keeps refreshing at the top every time there's a new one given out. It's insane. Absolute mad lad behavior. You know what? We're going to combine the gifted with the supers. Scarlet is shaking right now. Scarlet is shaking in her boots. That's right. WWWW gifters. That is a 50 spot. 50 gifted memberships from Graham Cracker. Absolutely insane. 07's in the chat for Graham Cracker, as well as Doc with a $50 donation. Absolutely insane behavior. Couple of mad lads coming in hot. Rev is a Giga Chad. We love you. Are you serious? Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, what are we doing? Now David with the 10 gifted memberships as well. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted. More 07's in the chat. Oh my goodness. We were already popping off today. What's going on? Did you hear my chilies coming or something? I am saluting as well. You can't see it. I need some sort of a toggle for this, but I am saluting you. I'm saluting you, oh generous gifters. I was gonna say grifters. My mind is so poisoned by people calling me a grifter every day. It's like burned into my mind. Absolutely insane. And then Ferrith with the 10 gifted memberships as well. The 10 grifted memberships. That's right. Thank you so much. You guys are insane. What are we doing? Absolutely crazy. I'm taking away your chili. You know, if you guys were here, I would share my chili with you for sure. Absolutely. Thank you for the 10 gifted as well. And also, Sayuki with the $2 saying, can I please hear you say, Desu, I can sleep happy. That's right. There you go. You can sleep well now. And also, Sinzin with the $10 as well, saying all the way up. We are all the way up, ladies and gentlemen. Insane. And 2 from Funky as well, €2 saying, look at it! You must look at. We gotta figure something out. We gotta get that back. That's a Twitch thing. We gotta get it going on YouTube as well. Yes. Oh, I didn't see your message? Oh, wait, hold on a second. Just a heads up, we won't be home with dinner until probably 5 or 7:45. Oh, yeah, chat, that means more time with you. That's right. More time with chat, 'cause we might need it. We might need a little extra time, so that's perfect. Good, good, good. And Doc with another €2 saying, this is my first stream. What does 07 mean? It means to salutes. It is the scuffed way to do a salute. The little 7 is a hand saluting. And Mistborn with the 10 as well, saying, since you are getting chilies and I am not, you should sing the classic baby back ribs chilies jingle. Baby back ribs. You're about to donate? Oh my gosh. Guys, if I was a true skamazer, I would have made my wife donate to me so I would read her message about dinner. If I was a true skamazer. Absolutely. Yo, and a big panda with the 2 as well, saying, back at it again, huh, Peter Grifton? That's right. Guys, that was not the detour I really expected here. I was just like making a little joke about Scarlet popping off over here. All I know is this, guys. All I know is this. The racist Yuki Violetta is getting mogged on by Scarlet. And that is definitely very, very promising. No, just look at this chart, guys. Look at this chart. Yuki Violetta sitting at 6,000. Scarlet getting 4 times that amount. Absolutely based. Could not ask for more from the guy who thinks you can't be racist against white people and made his entire personality about hating men and hating white people. Absolutely fantastic job by Scarlet mogging this man. But you can watch the rest of the video from Parrot. Definitely like him. Very funny content. But the point being is that, well, wasting their time on bringing in more male members. Why do you gotta do that when you have people like Scarlet who are literally crushing it nonstop? But people on Twitter did not take that well. Not at all. Screenshotting his post, sharing the video, saying, last good one, and it's one of the Nijisanji girls who are fine with sexualizing themselves. Just tell us you want women to be sex objects. They continue on saying, incels want nothing but the same cut and dry formula of sexy, big titty anime women, and ultimately force that upon all women. The problem here lies in that ideology, not the women who express themselves that way, as that freedom is our rights. Don't get it twisted. I'm sex positive and believe that everyone has the freedom to express themselves sexually. I'm not blaming Scarlet here in the slightest. I'm blaming the people who think it's okay to slander her friends and the company and using her image. It's disrespectful. Jeez Louise, man, the feminists on Twitter are awfully restrictive when it comes to women expressing themselves, huh? We've done a full circle, ladies and gentlemen. The horseshoe is horseshoeing. Jeez. Yeah, they say they're sex positive. I'm sorry for your diagnosis here. What's the opposite? Sex negative? But they say they're all for this, but I guess they're not for it when Scarlet does it because people are using it in a context that makes Nijisanji look bad. Like, look, dude, no one is slandering her friends or company. All you gotta do with Nijisanji is just share what they actually do. And it just kind of speaks for itself, right? Like, it's a cell phone. Like, I can just pull up Uki Violetta tweets and clips of him. There's like a 10-minute compilation of him saying disparaging things about white people and men. Like, it's not that hard. The guy had a panic attack because an old white couple said hello to him on the street. He literally had a crisis because an old white couple said hello to him. It caused him to have a crash out. So no, nobody has to resort to that. And of course, using incels. Oh, it's always the incels. Yeah. But of course, yeah, this made all the most annoying people angry and good. A lot of people support Scarlet. And, well, excellent stuff. And I should have known better. Like, you look at these accounts who are posting this, like, you know, you look through, like, their recent tweets, and this one just got me, okay? I hope that all these alt-right grifting VTubers know that their success is short-lived and that they will never, ever see the light of day amongst the greats. They will never be able to collab with big VTubers. They'll hardly get sponsorships that their fans don't care. Interesting. It's very funny how, on the one hand, they call these alt-right VTubers, aka people who disagree with me or anyone who is a hair length to the right of Mao Zedong, is a alt-right grifter, but in the same exact statement, they say that they'll never be able to collab with big VTubers and they'll never get sponsorships and their fans don't like them. That's a pretty bad grift. Am I missing something? That is a pretty bad grift, ladies and gentlemen. A grift where you lose money? I got a headache, but at the end of the day, it appears the people are very happy with Scarlet, and she is raking in the money, and good for her. She is truly one of the good ones left at Nijisanji. Enjoy her content or not, you can respect the grind. She is grinding, she just keeps on going, and that is something you can respect when she's surrounded by a company that is, it's got its track record of some pretty toxic and awful behavior and awful individuals that are among them. But yeah, that is pretty much that situation. We have two small things to cover before we go, and I can close those tabs. Yippee! Let's welcome in Nani the Anon. Thank you for becoming a Giga Reveling. Another membership. And Classy Viking with the $2 saying, Chili's baby back ribs with barbecue sauce. Thank you very much. And €5 from Sashura saying, isn't the revenue list old? Ike graduated in April 25 and it still showed him. I believe he said that was from October. I think that was from October. Yeah. But good clarification, yeah. But I think we're all caught up, which means... Let me reload these so they're not doing it while I'm talking to you guys. And I'll switch over here. This first one's very funny. This first one is very funny, guys. I think you're going to like it a lot. Okay. Switching. Let me switch over. Oh, and one more here. Okay, I'll read this real quick, and then we'll start with this next little story. Second Soul with the $10 saying, don't worry, Rev, we like you. Also, will we get an 07 Rev emote someday with all the 07s? I think that'd be a very reasonable thing to go out and do. It's been a minute since we got some new emotes. It seems like it makes the most sense, right? Of all these suggestions, I think so. But thank you for the 10. But I want to quickly go over this situation. This VTuber right here, Capo Mio, your virtual Mafia boss. A concept I don't believe I've seen before. In a world of, so many VTubers having very similar concepts, it's nice to see something new. And it's causing controversy, of course, because what doesn't these days? Now you can see the character sheet for this individual. Very nice arts, fitting the Mafia style. I think that's something very cool. All right. Again, I dig the concept. The art looks great. But of course, it came with controversy. So they say this. I had a very funny exchange under my character sheet / introduction post. I am done humoring it, but I will say this. If it bothers you that I'm based off a fictional Italian-American mafia set of movies, I'm sorry for you. Mixing fiction with reality is a real problem and makes real-life issues look inferior. I am Italian. Living in Italy, I have zero problems with fiction. Real-life problems, different thing. But I am a content creator that's here to have fun and entertain to make people forget about such issues. Stay happy, guys. There is enough hatred and cruelty in the world to spend your days in misery like this. First of all, great start. Absolutely great start. Immediately gatekeeping people, saying, I will separate fiction from reality. If you can't separate fiction from reality, you're going to have a bad time. And this is a form of escapism. And also, someone who's Italian living in Italy getting lectured to about their virtual avatar that has a mafia theme. Now, this is the comment right here saying glamorizing the mafia is wrong. As an Italian, you should know this. I know the international audience doesn't care, but it's like making a virtual KKK VTuber with big breasts. Cool? Yeah. Especially when they melted kids in acid, right? Wow. Goodness gracious. Someone needs to separate fiction from reality, ladies and gentlemen. And also, it'll be pointed out later, but when I saw this person whining about a virtual Italian mafia-themed avatar, all I could think of was this exchange, right? All I could think of was this. First thing. Why mafia isn't a effing aesthetic a thread? And this person responds saying, I cooked a pizza. And the original poster says, go F yourself. For real. I can't with these people anymore. I hate you all from the bottom of my heart. Ignorant pieces of crap. I cooked a pizza. Literally triggering this, I guess, K-pop stan on Twitter. Golden interaction. I love this tweet. Anytime I see someone getting upset about some aesthetic from something, all I think of immediately is 4 words. I cooked a pizza. That's it. Now, of course, Curry Renji here was able to archive some of these interactions. And this is the original post right here, where they say that they're glamorizing the mafia. And as an Italian, you should know better. Ooh, hachi-cha. But someone would respond, unfortunately, it's cut a little bit here because of the cropping, but up here, this guy right here says, Mamma mia. And the VTuber says, it's giving, with the exact interaction I just showed you. And the original poster, the person up here says, don't you think there are more important and serious things to think about? Well, according to that individual, there are more important things. It's always disheartening when Asia thinks Mafia is cool. Riot changed the Mafia theme in 2020 out of respect, yet here we are, the worst. Italians not registering how offensive it is to glamorize people who melt kids and enslave minorities, among other crimes. Wow. They cannot separate fiction from reality. They are butt mad about this theme, and honestly, great. I'm glad this is making the most annoying people angry. I think this is a cool concept, and I'm glad this VTuber is gatekeeping and standing firm. Mamma mia. That's right. Mamma mia. Dealing with the old Twitter freaks. Just another day in the office, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very nice. But let's move on to the final topic for today. Yeah, don't use Riot as a gauge for morality, okay? Riot bending the knee is not something to use as some example. All right. Let's move on to a very interesting situation. Okay, Hololive's Matsuri. Obviously a very popular Hololive VTuber. They tweeted something that's caused a lot of controversy. We're not going to get too deep into it, but I just want to quickly cover what happened. So they made this post yesterday saying, roughly translated from Japanese, I think opposite sex collabs, self-initiated collabs, will be ending by the end of this month. For the finale, I've got plans with that person, so please look forward to it. So a lot of people are seeing this as, better translated by Rima here, as Matsuri saying that she's no longer going to do collabs with members of the opposite gender. Now, this is something that may be a little off to a lot of people. Like, you're like, what's the big deal? Why can't, or why would this even be a consideration? Well, in Japan, with idol culture, especially in the VTubing scene, there was a stigma involving cross-gender collabs. Like, women wouldn't collab with men because people would get upset thinking that the woman is in a relationship with the men, or like seeing them interact would make people jealous, especially like the whales, the people giving the most money, the unicorns, whatever you want to call them. And it's a real thing. Whether you think it's fair, unfair, whatever, it's a thing. And a lot of people are considering this a sort of return to form, like they're going back to that more idol route, at least she is. And yeah, I don't think it's really a big deal on its face, but to some people it is a big deal. And you can see some quotes like this with 6,000 likes saying, set Hololive gender relations back 5 years by posting this instead of just doing it. We're talking about Hololive gender relations. Guys, I think we're a little too terminally online right now. I think we're a little bit too lost in the sauce right now. Isn't Rima about to do a collab with Cha-Cha? I hope not in Mama's Kitchen. With Cha-Cha, that'd be interesting. But you can see the interactions here. Very interesting. Cope, Hollow, Starred. I don't watch stars, referring to the male group of Hololive. Back to Peak. I think men and women can be friends. As it should be. Why? LOL. I heard that there's implication that she finally met a partner, so she decided to stop collabing with the opposite gender because of that. How true is this? Nothing, that's our business. Rumors based on zero facts. Not her fault, but the aunties, chuds, and parasocials are to blame here. Yeah, I do resent the fact that she is bowing to it, assuming this is the reasoning, but I recognize it is not solely her responsibility to push back against them. This is a good thing. Keep Hololive girls away from those useless men. Collab beggars in shambles. Every single one of them should do the same. If you want to have mixed gender collabs, there are other VTubers you can watch. To be honest, I don't like any Hololive/Holostar collabs because at their core, Hololive members are idols. Watch Iron Mouse or any other VTuber if you want that. There's plenty of other VTubers out there. So there's a lot of back and forth on this. Some people are pretty invested in this, the idol side of this. Some people don't care. Some people think those answers are based. Some people don't. But I don't think it's surprising. I really don't think it's surprising that, especially on the Japanese side of things, this is a consideration. Again, you don't have to like it, but that is idol culture. And I'm surprised there's as many cross-gender collabs in Hololive as there have been, because that was pretty taboo, at least for a little while. But feel free to think about that the way you will, but there is now this whole conversation again about gender relations amongst these collabs, and it's definitely very, very interesting to see. I'd be curious to see where you guys feel about this. and your thoughts. So, of course, feel free to share them. But that is the general situation. It's kind of hard to dive into these too much because there's a lot of translation and it never really works out too cleanly. But I think you get the point, right, ladies and gentlemen? But that's pretty much the situation. Let me read some donos here. Funky with another €2 saying, Rev, we need the egg emotes to work. Yes, we got to work on some stuff. We got to work on some stuff, for sure, for sure. We just came back. We did our first YouTube stream on the 1st, so it's only been like 10 days. You know, we got to work out some stuff. We got big plans. Then we got Yalen with the 10 saying, Ayo from Poland, 07. Yo, thank you very much for the 10. 07 to you. Then Gazolarian saying based with the 5 Canadian bucks saying, thanks for showing me an interesting VTuber. Hey, that's the least I can do. I'm glad I introduced some new VTubers to you guys. Very, very good stuff. But that is pretty much it, I think, for today, guys. Yeah, I think that's about it. Video should be live right now. I believe I scheduled it for 7:15. Should have been live like 10 minutes ago. Thank you guys so much for the crazy support. All of the super chats, the memberships, the gifted memberships. We really popped off, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you for just showing up and hanging out. And I do plan on streaming very soon. Not sure what, but there's plenty of things to talk about. I have an idea for like a sort of people trying to cancel me for many different reasons. I think that would make for a funny stream, like reacting to some like hater videos, stuff like that. I have a couple that are very funny. Quick, someone spamming with 500 super chats. No. We must go. I gotta get my chiles. But we got also the community notes violating people stream coming up. There's a lot of good stuff. And members only streams. But anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the support. I hope you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or nights. God bless you. And peace. Oots.